It's very interesting. I agree substantially with what Kamal said. I have a little bit of a different perspective. I always tend, being a lawyer, I always look at the other side of an issue. I do see that it's a slow burn coming back. It's not the boom we expected from the 1920s when we compare ourselves to another pandemic. I really see, if you look historically, it's going to be a 5-year kind of return, and the recession's coming. And after the 1920s, we had a world war, which is terrifying because you see what's going on in the Ukraine. I do also agree with that equipment and supply chain issues really do seem to be lifting because China's working very, very hard to get their products over here, and as bad, good or as bad as it sounds, they are slashing some prices. I do think that what's going on with the rents is going to be helping our industry. I really do. There was a wonderful New York Times article that talked about that that apartment buildings now are looking for fitness centers to come in because people are living and working at home. That malls are looking to get health clubs, fitness facilities to open there or to reopen because it'll drive revenue, because it'll drive participation. And we're even seeing build outs being more accepted, I should say, whereas typically owners were reticent to get a health club in because they were worried about these extensive renovations that they were going to be required to pay for. So we're seeing more health clubs being able to open, and I do agree with Kamal that it's wonderful that the facilities that are remaining after the pandemic are actually able to recover and attract the orphans, the members that were left without a facility. 25 to 30% of the clubs have closed. And of those, the majority, 60 to 70%, they anticipate or they predict are really the boutiques and the independents. It's
Right.
the chains, it's the low cost that really sustained. So get your great staff back. Those group fitness instructors are heroes of the pandemic who figured out Facebook Live and Instagram and Zoom and ran programming, thinking that the pandemic would lift in Easter, like we were all hoping. They, after a while, they just figured out a way to make their own revenue, and they started doing it on their own, or they were forced to leave the industry because they did need income. So to get them back, you're going to have to up your prices. You're going to have to pay them more, or give them an incentive, $1 or $2, $3 a head over a certain a number of participants, and pull them back in. Let them keep their online offerings, their Zoom personal training sessions, or their group fitness programming. Maybe that'll incentivize their participants that are online to come back to our facilities, our clubs and our studios.
So